Hi, the Smokin Elk here, and this is my Barbecue Better series. Now, over the course of the next 12 weeks, I want to get as many of you into barbecue as possible, whether you're moving from a gas barbecue to charcoal, whether you're just starting out in barbecue, or whether you just want to take your charcoal game to the next level. This is the right place and the right series for you. Over the next 12 weeks, I'm going to talk you through the basics of how to get the best out of your charcoal barbecue. We're going to talk about what essentials I always have to hand in the shack. We're going to look at the different types of fuel. We're going to look at how to regulate your airflow, your temperature, using your vents on your barbecue, and then we're going to cook some lovely dishes along the way. Oh yes, welcome back to Barbecue Better with the Smokin Elk. Now, we've looked at my favourite barbecue gadgets, we've looked at the different types of fuel, we've looked at how to use your vents to regulate your airflow and regulate the temperature in your barbecue, and we've looked at some of the different charcoal setups. So now it's time to get practical. Today we're going to take a look at the humble chicken drumstick. Now, we've all been there to many a family barbecue where somebody brings the drumsticks round, but rather than go straight on the barbecue, we don't want to miss poisoning old Aunt Sally, do we? We're going to pop them in the oven first. We're going to cook them in the oven, make sure they're nice and cooked before we finish them off on the barbecue. But you don't really have to do that. I've told you in earlier episodes of this that we turn our barbecue into a smoky oven, and if you can get that lovely smoky flavour on that chicken, why would you ever want to put them in your kitchen oven? So today I'm going to be making a jerk marinade, so I'm also going to show you how easy it is to make a marinade so you don't have to buy those pre-made supermarket marinated with all the sweet stuff drumsticks. This is going to be a lovely, earthy, spicy jerk chicken marinade. It's going to be a beaut. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stick these drumsticks to one side, and we're going to show you how easy it is to make our marinade. Now here I've got some ingredients. I've got some ginger, about a 2-inch piece of ginger that I've already sliced, garlic that I've already sliced, about 3 cloves. We've got a lemon, so we're going to put the juice of a lemon into here. We've got about 6 or 7 spring onions that I've peeled off the outer layer, chopped off the end bits, and just chopped them into small bits. Half an onion. Got some Scotch bonnet, of course. This is the daddy of jerk chicken. No jerk chicken is complete without Scotch bonnet. So we've got one of these. These are really hot, so try and use some rubber gloves or latex gloves when chopping up your chilies. We've also got some fresh thyme. You can use dried. And then to that we're going to add some allspice, which is a nice kind of earthy flavour that's going to give us that really familiar flavour of jerk chicken. Soy sauce, brown sugar for a little bit of sweetness, and some salt, and of course some oil to bring it all together in the blender. So let's crack on, chuck all this in the blender, and that's our marinade. So that's the marinade done, and how quick and easy was that? I mean, all we've done is chopped up a few ingredients, chucked them in the blender, blended it, and there we go, marinade done. Chicken drumsticks, again, easy prep. Just take your drumstick, get a nice sharp knife, and we're gonna make some nice sharp, quick incisions in those drumsticks. This is gonna help that marinade to penetrate deeper into that meat, but it's also going to help the chicken to cook quicker. So we're going to do that with all of these drumsticks, and then we're going to pour this marinade over them. Now you can marinate this overnight for a few hours, whatever you want. I mean, I'm just going to stick this on and cook them straight away. The reason I like to marinate overnight is perhaps sometimes I like to just get things ready the day before, and you marinate them overnight. I mean, you're not going to get a great deal more flavour. The marinade doesn't really penetrate inside that meat. Yes, it's going to go in those incisions, but it's going to do that anyway, whether we marinate it now and stick it straight on the grill or marinate it overnight. Like I said, I like to do it overnight sometimes because it's all the prep work done ready for the next day. You just bring it out and cook it. But today we're just going to chuck the marinade on, and then we're going to go over to the grill and stick these on the grill and introduce them to some fire. Now the barbecue, obviously I've showed you before some of the charcoal setups and how to use the vents. I've got a chimney full of charcoal, we've got a firelighter lit underneath it, and we've lit that charcoal. Now with lumpwood charcoal, you don't need to let it ash all over. Maybe with briquettes, you want them white and kind of ashed all over before you start cooking on them. With lumpwood, I kind of take it to 3/4 of the way up the chimney starter and then pour that charcoal out into the barbecue. Today I've gone with a 2-zone cooking method, so I've got the hot charcoal on one side, nothing on the other side. I've got my vents all the way open because I want a nice hot fire. I want a really nice hot oven for these drumsticks. I want them to cook nice and quickly, and we want to get a lovely bit of colour on there. So we've got a chunk of cherry wood in there for the smoke, and I've opened up all the vents to get it as hot as we can. My barbecue is going to be running at anywhere between 200 and 250 Celsius. Once I've got the marinade on these, I'm going to go over there. We're going to cook these on the indirect side. Now I'm going to cook these to an internal temperature of around about 90 degrees Celsius. Now chicken is safe to eat at 73 degrees, but with dark meat, with the leg meat, the thigh meat, etc., I like to take them a bit further. So I'm going to take these off probably somewhere between 85 and 90 degrees Celsius. But just as they hit around 85, I want to get a bit of char on them, so we're going to take them from the indirect side and then we're going to move them over to the direct side, and we're going to give them 30 seconds to a minute or so on each side just to develop that lovely bit of crispy char that we want. Remember, they're going to get the smoke from the cherry, then we're going to finish them off with that fire. This is going to be beautiful, so let's crack on. And there we go, guys. How easy was that? From the marinade to preparing the chicken to cooking the chicken. As you saw, we cooked them indirect until they hit around about 80, 85 degrees. I think they're about 85 degrees Celsius. And then we're just giving them literally about 30 seconds to a minute over that direct heat, because they've got sugar in the marinade. They're going to caramelise nice and quickly. This gives us this lovely, beautiful, crispy char on there. These smell absolutely incredible. Honestly, if you can smell these now, you'll be making them tomorrow, I promise you. So what are you waiting for? Turn that oven off. Get that smoky oven on, get the marinade on those chicken drumsticks, chuck them in your barbecue and impress your friends on a Smokin Elk. This has been Barbecue Better, and I'll see you again soon.